Hello everybody. I'm here to answer Kal-El Prime's video, Getting to Know a Transformers Fan, and I know I'm like 2 years late, but I got bored today, so what can I say? Alright, so the first question is, how long have you been a Transformers fan? And the answer is, ever since I can remember. And that goes into the second question, what's your earliest TF memories? I mean, seriously, I've been a fan as long as I can remember. Going back as far as I can remember, I've always been a fan of Transformers. The second question, what's your earliest memory? It's got to be, I remember opening Trypticon one Christmas. Can't tell you which Christmas it was. It was that early that was one of my earliest memories in my entire life, let alone being of a Transformers fan. And the second earliest memory, because like I said, I don't know which came first between Trypticon and playing with Ultra Magnus. I very specifically remember playing with my Ultra Magnus in the recliner of my dad's, reclining chair. So that's probably my earliest memories. Who is your favorite Transformer of all time? It's probably Optimus Prime, to be cliche. And the reason I say that is because that's probably, I guess, the one character I wouldn't say I associate with the most, but you have the best memories of. I was just watching old G1 episodes the other day and watched the one called Divide and Conquer, which is like episode 5 or 6 in season 1, and it's the one where he gets mortally injured. They have to go back to Wheeljack's lab to get some power converter or something, and right at the end when Megatron challenges everybody, can anybody stand up to me? And that's when, Optimus Prime emerges on the cliff and accepts his challenge. And even here, I'm almost 28 years old, and I still got goosebumps from watching that. This wasn't even, the 86 movie. This was episode 5 that I just happened to be watching, and that gave me goosebumps, seeing him rise from, near death to be able to beat Megatron. So, I guess that's my answer. What is my most prized Transformers possession? Since I've only been to one BotCon, I guess it would have to be the BotCon set that I got in 2007, which is the Games of Deception. It's not the money value, it's just because since that's my only BotCon, that's the only thing I've really got that's of high value that it means a lot to me, I guess. I guess the only second thing I might put in second place would be the Pepsi Prime that was released the same year that I got at the same BotCon. I ended up getting that first and standing in the line with Peter Cullen and having him sign the front of the box. So that kind of means a lot to me too. Where in the world do you come from? Well, I come from a small town in Maryland in the United States called Havre de Grace. The French might pronounce it Havre de Grace, but since I'm American, I pronounce it Havre de Grace. And crazy little trivia. In 1789, the House of Representatives decided to move the capital of the United States from Philadelphia to a new location. And there's 2 cities up for grabs. There's this little city down in southwest Maryland. I don't remember what the original city was called. And then there was the city I live in, Havre de Grace. And it was a dead tie. And then, so the Speaker of the House gave the final vote to decide, the tiebreaker to decide where the capital would be moved to, and we lost. Which is probably a good thing, because then, the beautiful city that I live in would turn into a, crazy metropolis. But Washington, D.C. ended up being the winner, and that's where our nation's capital is. Crazy trivia, but it's kind of cool. Outside of Transformers, what do I do with my life? Well, I work for my family, which if you ask anybody who works for family, it sucks. Don't ever work for family if you ever, have the choice. But my family, my grandfather started it, and my dad runs it right now as a local furniture store. And, I enjoy what I do, but working for family sucks. What's the origin of my screen name? Well, my screen name is Mikey Fuzz. It comes from the fact that my first name's Mike. And at the time when I was trying to think of a good handle for the internet, I had a little goatee going on, and my girlfriend, now wife, suggested, well, why don't you just do Mikey Fuzz? I was like, it's okay, but it ended up sticking, so there you go. Whose videos do you watch? Well, I'm only going to name a few because I've got like probably like 50 people subscribed on YouTube, and I really don't want to like say somebody and miss somebody and people get mad at me. So obviously Kal-El Prime, Cobra Commander, Evangelist is pretty good. PL, I like PL's videos. Nemesis Predaking, I like his stuff too, pretty good. But, you know, I've got a ton of people bookmarked, so don't, if I didn't say your name, don't get all mad at me. Next question. What TF is your Holy Grail? I guess my Holy Grail would probably be a Fort Max, and that leads into another funny story. I used to have a whole bunch of Transformers when I was a little kid, and when I got older, maybe 11, 12, maybe 13, somewhere around there, my mom decided to have a basement cleaning party, and I wasn't a part of. I lost a ton of Transformers, including a, not mint, but played with, but complete, not broken, Fort Max. Gone, out on the curb, somebody took it, never seen it again. I had, I had a full Stunticon set, I had a full, like I said, Ultra Magnus, I had a Galvatron, I had a, Technobots. I had a whole bunch of toys. I probably had 50, 60 Transformers, and they're all gone. But my favorite was Fort Max. That was probably my favorite toy. Not because it's the biggest, not because it's, everybody wants it because it's worth a lot. I liked it because I played with it. I played with that toy so much as a kid. It was my favorite as a kid, and I'd really like to get it back, but it's so expensive. It's, so, you know, I guess that'd be my Holy Grail. If I could transform into anything, what would it be? I don't know. I guess a car? I guess being a Transformer would be cool enough as it is. So, you know, I could choose anything I want once I got to that point. So, oh, my phone's ringing, so have a good one. See you guys later.